Welcome to AnySecura. Today we're going to take a close look at the AnySecura system architecture, and I'll also answer some common questions you might have about it. Let's start with the overall structure of the system. AnySecura uses a classic client-server architecture, or C/S for short. It's built around three main components: the server, the console, and the agent. Just to clarify, both the console and the agent are clients in this setup, but each plays a different role to keep everything running smoothly. Before we dive into what each component does, let's talk about how they talk to each other. Starting with the console and server, the server needs to keep TCP port 8236 open, so it can listen for incoming connections. When the console connects to the server's IP and passes verification, the channel is established. This allows administrators to send policies and retrieve logs seamlessly. Now, communication between the server and the agents is a bit more involved. The server uses TCP/UDP port 8237 to listen for traffic from agents as they come online, so agents can connect proactively. Each agent also keeps TCP/UDP port 8235 open to listen for instructions from the server. This two-way setup ensures that commands, policies, and logs flow smoothly without delay. Now that communication is clear, let's see what each component actually does. First up is the server. You can think of it as the brain of the system. It stores all the policies, distributes them to the endpoints, and collects logs from every agent. Basically, the server keeps a complete view of everything happening across your organization's devices. Next is the console. This is where administrators do most of their work. You use the console to set up policies, configure templates, and define rules. Things like document control or watermark settings. Once you've configured everything, the console sends these settings to the server. It also pulls log data from the server so you can review activity, perform audits, and keep an eye on your endpoints without having to touch them directly. Finally, we have the agent. The agent lives on each endpoint device and enforces all the policies sent by the server. It also records all activity on the device and sends this data back to the server. Even if the agent goes offline temporarily, it continues to enforce the rules and store logs locally. Once it reconnects, everything syncs back to the server automatically. This makes the system resilient even when network issues occur. Now that you know the roles of each component, let's cover a few questions we often get. First question: can AnySecura be deployed in the cloud? Yes. Cloud deployment works almost the same way as on-premises. You just need to configure the cloud server's firewall and security group to open TCP 8236 and TCP/UDP 8237, then connect the console using the server's public IP or domain. Once that's done, it works just like a local deployment. The second question is, what happens if an agent goes offline? Good question. Policies that were already sent to the agent stay active because they're stored locally. Any new policies sync automatically once the agent reconnects. You can even configure some rules to only take effect when the agent is offline. Pretty handy for flexible enforcement. Third question: will logs still be recorded when an agent is offline? Absolutely. The agent keeps recording all activity locally, and once it reconnects, it uploads all the cached logs to the server. This ensures you never lose critical information. So that's a quick tour of the AnySecura system architecture. The server acts as the brain, the console is your control center, and the agent enforces policies and records activity on endpoints. With clear C/S architecture, reliable communication channels, and offline resilience, AnySecura provides a stable, efficient solution for endpoint security management, whether on-premises or in the cloud. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more module overviews in our upcoming videos.